Life is not a race to be won, but a mystery to be experienced. You see, recently I saw a video of a kid that was doing some push-ups and running and doing something on his laptop, and above him it wrote in the video that something like, "While other 14-year-olds are partying, I'm becoming a millionaire." And you see, I thought to myself when I saw this video, like, where does this desire come from? Like, why does this 14-year-old want to become a millionaire? I mean, when I was 14, I was like eating sand or something like that. Because you see, the things that we consume online has such a crazy influence on us. Like, you might not even notice it, but your behavior, your decisions, how you speak, all of that, it's probably influenced by by what you watch online and what you read about. It's very crazy. You see, I would also ask this kid, like, why do you want this? Why? Okay, let's say you have it. Boom, you have $1 million. You've done it. You're there. Now what? You see, yeah, it got me thinking, and it also reminded me of this quote. You see, that life is not a mystery to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. And also the other quote that I read you like 50 seconds ago. So you see, and it also got me thinking about all this hustle culture and self-improvement. Now, I'm not saying that it's good or bad or that one lifestyle is better than the other. You see, we can make cases for all sorts of lifestyles. The point is, I think that everyone just chooses his own lifestyle according to his own taste. You see, and I don't want to tell you like, oh, you see, this is bad, you should do this or you should do that. Like, who am I to tell you what to do? You see, I mean, on the internet and everywhere, really, it's all people telling you, oh, you should do this, you should buy this, that, or that. But you see, who are they to tell you what you should do? Because you have your own unique life and everything. See, everywhere on advertisements, online videos, and everywhere, it's about trying to change yourself, trying to improve yourself, change your state of consciousness, all of that. It's all around. Everyone is chasing after something. Everyone is trying to change and get something out of life. See? But what if you already got it, you see? What if you don't have to change? What if you're great as you are? You see, an acorn is just perfect as it is. Not lesser when compared to the big oak tree, you see. They are at different stages or levels of evolution, yes, but they are just perfect as they are right now. They are right where they should be. And everything is like that. Now I'm not going to get into this right now in this video. That's not the point right now. But the point here is, do not take seriously what I'm saying. I don't take everything that I say too seriously, you see. I'm just ranting about my thoughts and all of that. Don't think that you see, don't wait for someone to tell you the golden goodie, that the great answer, and then you see, damn, everything will fundamentally change. You see, this is the next point actually that I wanted to mention, that what I do think is great to realize is that we make this error of thinking that one day it will be done. That one day, you see, after I have worked enough, one day I'll be able to rest. Or after I have gathered enough money, everything will be alright. You see, one day my girlfriend will understand this and she will stop complaining. One day, after this is done, you see, then one day I'll be able to do this and then I should be able to do what I actually want. You see, this is an error that we make because most of the time it never stops. Or once that I just improve myself more, you see, I'll be better, I'll feel better, I feel like I'm enough. You see, I think that this is just a vicious cycle. And also regarding with self-improvement, you see, the self that needs to be improved is the one that's doing the improving. So what now? You're stuck. It's a vicious cycle. Now, this doesn't mean that we shouldn't do it. It's same with problems. It's only one problem leads to three others. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't solve problems. But you see, don't expect to arrive somewhere. This is the illusion of the golden goodie, that there's some kind of great golden goodie somewhere at the end of the line, and that the good times are coming, and that things will fundamentally change one day. But that's not the way it is. You see, humans are always going back. Well, how do you say that? There's a word for this, like homo status or homos something like that. I'm not sure. The point is, we're always coming back to that same state. I mean, it's like that with dopamine. You see, it always comes back to the baseline. But you see, I'm not sure with other stuff. The point is that, you see, it's this golden goodie at the end of the line that we must get. And we always have our eyes on the future then, looking for the golden gate, thinking about what can we get out of that future. But you see, the thing is that the fruits of tomorrow can be only enjoyed by those who don't take it seriously. Meaning that if you can't enjoy this moment, and if you think that tomorrow is actually coming, that there is a tomorrow, but in reality you see it never comes. As long as you think that, and you're always looking towards the future, you'll never be able to enjoy what you have right now. Fruits of tomorrow can be only enjoyed by those who don't take tomorrow seriously, who know, the people who know that it never comes. Now I made a whole video about this golden gate, chasing after this, and the fact that you already have it. The golden gate is here. I made a video about that, you can check it out if you want to. And by the way, my name is Nagodin, I make videos about things that I'm interested in, mainly philosophy, sharing my thoughts about lessons that I'm learning, helping people, with the lessons that I'm learning. And also, I also make videos about climbing. I love that sport. You can also check that out if you want to. So, hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Now, you see, another thing that came to my mind when I watched this video is, when you have an ant on a white paper and you draw some kind of line around it or something like that, and then the ant will just follow that line and he won't be able to get away from it. He will just go round and round and round. Or just in the same way, if you got a chicken and you put the chicken's beak on a chalk line, he will be completely fascinated by that line and won't be able to get away from it. And I think that this video was also similar to that chicken, being completely fascinated and spellbound by all sorts of desires or expectations or thoughts about the future, or about money, or being fascinated by fame, and being so fascinated by them that you're liable to miss the big picture. You're liable to miss out on the big picture and what it's really about. Thinking that gathering all that money and having all that power and fame, that's an important thing to do, that's so important, and taking it seriously. You see that we must go on living, that we must survive. And this is where the trap lies, that we must survive. Now, you probably had this experience, when maybe you wanted to wash the dishes or something like that, or clean up your room, and then your parents came around and told you, come on, you must clean up your room, go and clean up your room now. And then you just did not want to clean up your room after that. Even though before, them telling you to clean up your room, you actually wanted to do that. But then after you've been told that you must do it, you lost all your desires to do it. And now just in the same way, in nature, the birds, the flowers, the trees, they don't go on and say to themselves, oh, I must go on living, I must reproduce, I have this right to reproduce and go on living. No, if you do that, it becomes boring. If you say to yourself, oh, that I must go on living, and you take it seriously, then it all becomes a bore. It's not worth a candle. It's like saying that you must play, or that you must love me. How are you supposed to do that? Play and love are things that are spontaneous. You can't force it. The moment you try to do it, like you're on the wrong track. Then the same thing with life. Life is a spontaneous happening. It's not that, must happen. The moment that it must happen, it all breaks down. The moment that you must play, you're not playing. That's not fun. But when we take it too seriously, take life too seriously, and we think that, we must go on living, then we become stiff, become, rigid, or we're too overly anxious about the future. We don't have some kind of flexibility. Or we don't have any courage because we think that, when we die, then that will be that. Curtains forever. So and also we're not fun to play with. Just in the same way, when you're playing with someone, maybe you're playing some kind of table game, cards or whatever, and someone in that game is just taking it too seriously. He's there sweating and getting angry and shouting and all of that. He's thinking, oh, that I must win. This is such an important thing. He's taking it too seriously. That's not a fun man to play with. It just completely ruins the game, He's not fun to play with. Because this is one of the ways of looking at life. Looking at it as a game, as a play. Everything is a game and a play. This is the Joker's point of view. You're looking at everything all sorts of social institutions, humans, plants, flowers, the whole universe is looking at it as like a game, as a big play. And you see, this point of view, it doesn't mean, that looking at things as just a game. You see, as something trivial. Not all games are trivial. Some games are like sincere, you see. For example, the plays in a theater, things like, Hamlet or something like that. I mean, that's not just a play. It's not something trivial. Or when people go and listen to beautiful music being played in the opera or something like that. Beethoven's plays or whatever, any kind of music. That's not something trivial or just a game. But yet at the same time they are playing. They're playing the piano. So you see, it's not something trivial. It's not something that you just take lightly. Oh, this is all just a game. It doesn't really matter. But at the same time, it's also not about being too serious about it. It's about being sincere. Playing that game with your whole being, playing it wholeheartedly, giving it all. But at the same time, seeing through the illusion and seeing that it's just a game. You see, the interesting thing here is that the fun of the game is to keep the game going. The fun of the game is to be absorbed in the game, to be involved in it. See, be involved in the game and the play of the humans, of work and hardships and relationships and all of that. Be involved in it. But yet at the same time, seeing through them and realizing that they are just games, but being sincere about it. Putting your whole heart into playing that game, because otherwise nothing would happen. Everything will be completely boring. You see, if you approach life like this, or even if you approach money making like this, then I think you'll probably have much more success like this, rather than taking it too seriously. Oh, I must get this money. You see, trying to so eagerly get it, because most of the time, it's like the truths of life are these paradoxes. Like the more you chase happiness, the more you won't have it. And just in the same way, you see, the more seriously you take money, or the more you try to get it, the less you'll have it. And it's just the same with girls. The more you try, you're taking it so seriously, you're being so stiff about it. So no one will want to, hook up with someone like that. But when you have this, this glint in your eye, you see, that I'm not taking that seriously. That it's all just a play, and you have this playful attitude. Then you have a much better chance. I think that this kind of approach can also help with, making money. And it can help you see, not so much clinging on to that money and all of that, but knowing that it's all just a game. It's just an abstraction. Now you see, another thing that came to my mind is how easily we can forget about the mystery of existence. The very fact that we're here, just think about how crazy it is that we're alive, that we're conscious, you see. That we have no idea where we came from. We have no idea where we're going. It's all a great mystery, but yet we're here. You see, we never went to sleep, but yet we woke up. And then we're going to go to sleep and never wake up, or something like that. We don't take this seriously. But how crazy it is, you see, life and death and all of that. But how easily we can forget about this. And how easily we can get lost in everyday tasks and duties, and you see, becoming a millionaire and all sorts of trivial stuff. But you see, as we said, we can get so lost that we might miss this along the way. We might miss out on wandering in this mystery and experiencing this mystery. But you see, as we said before, the fun of the game is to be absorbed in the game. But you see, at the same time, we got to look through it. We can easily miss out on experiencing this mystery of it. You see, that we thought that this golden goodie is in the future. That it's not here yet, and there's a good time coming. Our whole education is based on this, that there's a good time coming. But you see, if we put that golden goodie and that good time in the future, then how are we to enjoy this moment right now? We always have our eye on the future. It's like the guy who's eating, and there's great banquet and all sorts of foods, and he's just putting the food in his mouth. And before he even begins to taste the food, he's already thinking of the next food that he's going to try. I mean, at that point, what's the point of all of that? You're not even tasting the food. You already got your eye on the other bite, on the other piece of food. You know, being too focused on the future and not really enjoying what we have now. And you see, wondering, having this sense of wonder and this sense of awe in everything around us. You see, I think that this is, well, how should I say it, for lack of a better word, like one of the highest stages that we can achieve is just a sense of total wonder. Just totally just having this sense of wonder in the things around you. Looking at a giraffe and thinking that, what is this guy doing here? Look at how crazy that it is. It almost seems like this is fiction or something like that. Being completely taken aback by it. You see, being like a newborn child. You see, looking at the world with fresh eyes and just completely being taken aback by it. You see, just like being like a child who hasn't even learned to smile yet. Now, getting back to the topic of the video, you see, I'm not saying that we shouldn't take care of ourselves. I also, make sure that I exercise and eat healthy food and all of that. But at the same time, I don't take it that serious. I don't take it too seriously. And I have it in my back of my mind that it's just a game, that it's just a play. And at the end of the day, when we really get down to it, all of this is really serious. You see, you don't have to be serious about all of this for 1 second. This doesn't mean that you're going to go all crazy, go all out, but you see, it means that you're sincere about it, that you go into this with your whole heart. And you see, this not taking it seriously, it also, it breaks us from this self-frustration that we must go on living, that we must do this, that we must do that, taking it too seriously. And it allows us to do it sincerely, wholeheartedly, because we want to do it, because we enjoy it. Doing it just for the sake of doing it. Not, trying to eagerly get something out of the future, get something out of it. And you see, I think that this is, one of the secrets to life is to be completely involved in whatever you're doing here and right now. And not think of it as work, but regard it as play. This is also another quote from Alan Watts. You see, not looking at it as work, but regarding it as play. I mentioned this. I will mention it in actually the following video that I will make. I will talk about it. See, looking at any activity that we do as play and not taking it seriously. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out. I will record a video right now. So that was basically it. I just wanted to share this video that I saw of this guy doing some push-ups. So hope you enjoyed. If you're interested, I'm doing free one-on-one calls. You can send me an email, we arrange a video call, and we can have a chat. So thank you for being here. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, thoughts, ideas, whatever, if you think that what I said is a bunch of bullshit, leave a comment in the video, in the comments. Yeah, leave a comment. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day and goodbye.